Ladies and gentlemen, week 3, mostly in the books. Unfortunately, Downtown is out of town, rather ironically. So he's going to be unable to keep up with his matches for the foreseeable future. But he'll be able to get caught up soon, hopefully. Either that just means 4 matches this week for the weekly recap. And we start off with Steve versus Val, the two of the undefeated teams coming into this week. Let's go. Whimsicott lead versus Urshifu. So obviously Urshifu has to bow out here. What comes next? Tinglu comes in to eat a splash can, which is a surprising amount. Using Levitate, probably predictable to immune to Earthquake. Gets a poison off while Tinglu goes for spikes. Flamethrower did nothing, dear god. Another layer of spikes. And the third layer. The thing is, Val's removal is Iron Treads, which is like pretty good at removal, if it needs to be. The question is always, do you need it to be good at removal right now? Urshifu comes in. Eats Spice, eats a Scald, is down at 40%. Oh dear. And Wicked Blood Sniping super effective does a third. That's rough. Anyways, then comes the zone. Quick Signal Beam. Probably the neutral click, instead of just going for the big electric move. Back over Weezing. Iron Treads. Is not faster. Does get Flamethrower. Lives with Akaberry. Chooses Earthquake instead. Might not be running Spin. In which case, Val might just have to live with those. That's kind of concerning. Especially because you took out Iron Treads. So now it can't survive a switch in. So those spikes are just there. And Treads is just useful for trying to find a free sack. So realistically a 4v4 right now. Ruination does a good chunk. Switches to Wind, never mind, switches to Zoroark. And this is when Val chooses to sacrifice Treads. What comes in? Magnezone. Out comes Flash Cannon. Double Flash Cannons, get rid of Tinglu. And then in comes Kartana, who clicks Knockoff and gets the Beast Boost, and we might be off to the races. Zygarde comes in, lives the Knockoff, loses the Choice Band, and ooh. That's game right there. That's probably the game. Mega Delphox is faster, but not if Kartana's Scarfed, which it From the looks of it, it has to be. And yeah, that's the game. So congrats to Steve for being, spoiler, the only undefeated team left. We're 3 weeks in. We play each other way too much. Dear God. Anyways, next up, Winter versus Arctic. Always a fun matchup building from a naming scheme. Sorry, I can't help it with this song. Sun versus Sand. Let's see how this goes. Smeargle versus Walking Lake. The flip turn is less than half. Orbeetle gets forward. Then stops the Great Tusk. Blue boosters, it's speed, okay. Shell Smash. And Population Pop, what the fuck? The 10 hits do almost all. Needed like one more crit, or maybe two. So anyways, that is essentially a Smeargle for a Great Tusk, which, like, as far as trades go, pretty damn good. Then comes to Powdon, gets Sand up, chooses Rocks. Staying in the face of Great Tusk is certainly a choice, especially because of Rapid Spin, and now the Rocks are gone. Could go the Rocks. When you're assuming Bronzong's levitate, so you send in Moltres to eat the body press. No burn, Sag, but Fez goes into an air slash. Why are you using Air Slash? Winter, please. Please elaborate. Icy Wind is less than half. God, Icy Wind is such a weak move. No Toxic Chain proc yet. Won't get it there either because Gunk Shot is very strong. And down goes Primarina. This could get a little ugly. Sand's back up. I don't know if you've done enough work to get Dracovish in there. And there's a Toxic Chain. I'm probably the worst recipient. The last thing you want is your Pokemon being poisoned. Bronzong comes in, probably predicting Earthquake. Alright. So Bronzong's gonna bail here, obviously. Probably the Walking Wake. No stays in and dies for it because crits. I'm gonna assume crit mattered because Bronzong's a bulky boy. Gunk Shot miss. That's a little rough. But Moltres simply chose to get out of there instead. Mr. Fish is in. What will he do? Orbeetle's the swap in. It's Scarf. You Psychic K? Psychic Fang is certainly the choice of all time. Right, Scale Shot. Only 2 hits. No loaded dice. Classic. Is Orbeetle still asleep? There's Mega Garchomp with a speed boost, trying to just win the game on the spot, I see. Unfortunately, still slower than what I presume to be a Scarf walking away. Charizard gets down half, and now he's rolling down. I think Charizard's dead on Switch, so... Oh, Pheasant Dippy just barely lives. The Sandstorm damage. It's nicely wind off. Throwing a little bit of chip. Whirlwind instead. Chip's Great Tusk down a little bit more. Rapid Spin. Oh, Flame Boggie's gonna get the kill on Great Tusk. So the thing is, it is well known at this point that this thing is Choice Scarf because Frisk, which means you sacrifice Pheasant Dippy. Oh, baiting out the outrage. And Choice Scarf, so it's locked in, but Pheasant Dippy dies to Sam, so it was still essentially a sacrifice, but Drought gonna do nothing. What's Walking Wake got? Because Walking Wake is for sure faster now, and now has the Pro Special Attack boost. Does Draco Meteor gets the kill? Alright. And a Walking Wake that I am assuming to be Scarfed. No, it has to be Scarfed. Take down Hippowdon. Not with that Draco miss, it won't. However, the Hippowdon is on timer because of Pheasant Dippy. A double miss. Oh my god, a double miss. Oh, IG Click Rocks. Oh no. Oh no. It's a no attack Hippowdon. Oh no. Never mind, it's GG's. Damn. Just in the builder loss right there. Once we got to the last Mon situation. Really well played by Arctic though. I mean, Pheasant Dippy did a lot of work. Charizard accomplished a whole lot of nothing, to be real. But next up, Snarfy versus Howling Wolf. And I may notice a little bit at the bottom, we've had to download a couple of some of the replays because replays on the site are a little bit busted. Not in the good way. Once again, very lopsided looking teams. Coco lead is obvious. Versus Cradilly. Cradilly's the lead in return. It's Volt switched. In comes Metagross. Right, rocks go up at least. And Cradilly's dead. This Rocky Helmet though, if that attack boosted, it could be game over. I'm gonna keep it real. Crunch is a lot though. Trailblaze for a speed boost? That coverage is just whack. I'm gonna keep it real. Metagross did not need a speed boosting option. Is it incoming Thunder Punch? Yep. Didn't kill. Unfortunately, I think Iron Defense was not quite the right move. Yep. And just like that, down 3 Pokemon, sending in the Fairy type. I guess it's... Oh, Meteor Miss. Hang on. Hang on. And just like that, the game's alive again. The 6-0 is dead. Superior gets a kill now, and now it's a 5v2, and things are looking a little dire. Como comes in. Lives a Dragon Pulse and press 4, and it was weakness policy. That was a wild turn of events. Unfortunately, I don't know how well Lycanroc's gonna deal with 4 of these Pokemon, especially when one of those Landers Theory, and it's really not gonna do well with that crit. Trailblaze try to get a speed boost, but Rocky Helmet, or no, Life Orb. Man, that's just rough. That's just a team gap right there. I won't keep it real. Mega Metagross just did stuff. Last up, we've got Roku versus Bobrumba. That's a regular Metagross, not another Mega. Mega Glamora versus Mega Starmie. How does this go? Switching out to Starmie right away. Hearing that flamethrower, so good call. Umbreon comes in, unfortunately. That still is a lot, because this is physical attack Starmie, so we're in what the people might call a little bit of a pickle right now. His in comes Crook. And Draco miss. Man, a lot of misses. If only we could dodge meteors. Dude, this is... Bobrumba's just kind of shut down everything. It takes a knockoff. Does sadly get rid of the lefties. Life Orb Metagross. Not anymore, it's not. Ice Punch does a lot, though. Unfortunately, down goes Metagross, and it's already starting to look a little dire. Comes Genesect, probably predicting a fairy move of some sort. Let's go up instead. And a light screen. There's Income's Weezing, probably gonna click Defog here, which is gonna be like doubly effective because it'll get rid of the screen. Yep. Place will obviously see it from a mile away, you can do nothing about it. Other than try to get your Mega in position. Which, like, it's a pretty good position. And in comes Starmie Mega, who is just absolutely threatening. Oh, wait, Spiky Shield. Zapdos on an agility click? Okay. Failed immediately out of that. Over to perhaps the most obvious choice of them all, Raging Bolt. It's leftovers Raging Bolt. Okay. With Calm Minds. Oh dear. No poison on the Sludge Wave. Oh no. Oh no. Thunderclap. Oh dear. Alright, Toxic goes up, though, so... At the very least, Raging Bull can't stay in forever. Unfortunately, that many boosts, it might not need to. Chose to get a Webs instead of clicking Moonblast. Should be fair, plus 3 special defense. Might be the right call. You're faster, no! And I just Thunderbolt, yep. This is looking over. Okay, Roku, I get that the play to try to lose flying type was honestly kind of hype. Or at least I get the idea. I think the problem is that one, Roost fails when you're on full HP, so you don't actually use the moves. You can't use your flying type when you're on full HP. And even if you did and you happen to live, what are you doing the next turn that you couldn't have just done that turn? Yeah, I think Rabambi needed to... Unless Rabambi just didn't have Moonblast, in which case that's just... wrong moves, in case of the wrong moves, but if you had Moonblast, you need to click Toxic and then Moonblast, I think, with your Bombi, just to try to get some more chip off. I don't know if it makes up a 31% gap, but I don't know. Either way, very good win. Only Rillaboom didn't see the field. Everything else clicked the move. And yeah, that's it for week 3. Catch my battle for week 4 coming pretty soon. And I'll see you guys then. Take care.